Hey folks, TechTucker here. In today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going on a game hunt in Edinburgh. So again, you'll have CEX, you've got charity shops, and I do get some finds, I do have some pickups. So stay tuned throughout the video to see what I find, and of course, at the end, you will see what I've actually picked up. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hello folks, welcome back to the voiceover. As you can see, we're in a charity shop and we're already looking at some video games. Nothing of note here, unfortunately. It's all just general stuff. I'd never heard of Warhawk, but it's a multiplayer online only game, so I presume those servers are very dead. Let me know in the comments if they are still up, or if I'm correct in saying they're all offline. But yeah, I found this copy of Call of Juarez at the Cartel. It's got a very nice sleeve cover, and I hadn't seen that before. But yeah, they do have DVDs here. That Pink Panther is priced pretty high, £8.50. Maybe that's what it's worth. I'm not an expert with that one. But I did find these Danganronpa teddies, which I thought were pretty neat. Again, that's not the kind of thing you see every day, especially in a charity shop, so that's interesting. But yeah, there's a couple more games here, and I do pick these up. And yeah, it's all because I asked the age-old question of, is there more games in the back? And there was, so that was pretty fortunate right there. Onto the second charity shop here, and again, not too many games or anything like that, but I did find a few. Again, Terminator Salvation, £3.50. It's a little higher than I would have wanted to pay for it, but CEX sell it for £5, so it's still a semi-decent deal. But as I took a look to, I did look at the disc, you'll see more about that shortly, but for this is just more DVDs and such, nothing of value here. But there are some toys. Again, you can see like that new style Bob the Builder. Nothing here, and there is this pretty grubby looking Woody figure right there. So yeah, that was the toys. But I found this random controller as well. It seemed to just be USB. It looked pretty cheap, so I didn't look at it much longer than 5 seconds. But yes, with Terminator Salvation, this disc was absolutely trashed. So I don't think they're checking these discs at all, because you're going to see in a moment with Forza 3, yeah, there's only one disc in it, it's disc 2. It was in fair condition, but yeah, it's just very weird. I don't think they're checking them, but onto the cash generators here. And again, the games are pretty fairly priced. Apologies for the reflection on the glass. It was very sunny, and yeah, it was pretty difficult to film outside when glass is like reflecting. However, you can see some solid titles here. It's pretty similar to what they've had over the last few months. None of these are really shifting. But there is this very nice limited edition PS4 for God of War. I did like looking at that. Not something I would purchase personally, but again, it's in the Edinburgh cash generator if anyone is interested in going to source it out for themselves. Again, some cartridge-only Switch games, and an incredibly nice condition Game Boy printer. Again, £130. That seems expensive, but I don't know how much that's worth, honestly, so I can't tell you. But yeah, finding some Spider-Man games. Again, they're undercut a bit from CEX prices as well, so if you're looking for those, might be worthwhile coming up here. Similar like Super Mystery Dungeon and that's what I've been looking for, but again, I didn't buy it on this occasion. Maybe next time I'm down, if there's nothing else, I'll pick up Super Mystery Dungeon, because with how easy it is to mod the 3DS, I can just play it that way. But yeah, more Switch games. I didn't run through them all. Thimbleweed Park, I think it's called, was an interesting one to find there. £70, pretty high. But yeah, some PlayStation 1, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. Again, some heavy hitter titles like Silent Hill 2 here, Jack and Daxter trilogies right there as well, God of War collection, and some nice special editions right there. Again, the prices here are very fair. I wouldn't say they're like amazing or anything, but like, you could probably get better deals like elsewhere, perhaps, but if you're really in a pinch and looking for some of these titles, it's absolutely worth coming here. Again, Time Crisis is not something you see every day, so these are the couple of games that I do end up picking up from this cash generator. Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage 2 was a fantastic price at £25. However, the same cannot be said for this Skyrim, that was £4.50. That game's no more than £1. Then these games here as well. It's cool to find games in the British Art Foundation, but £6 for Mirror's Edge, not a chance. No chance there. And then, yeah, I found this Luigi for 50p. I think he's a Happy Meal toy. Kind of cool to just see that out in the wild. Then moving on to the next charity shop, which is Cancer Research. Again, they've clearly had a nice PlayStation donation here. All priced up, marked up. Like, yeah, they shouldn't be market value in a charity shop, in my opinion. You should always undercut the prices by a good 25% minimum. That way you're giving the person who actually gets it a good deal, because you're about to see here as well, there's some more DVD box sets, again all priced up accordingly. yeah, no deals to be had here. Checked some of the more obscure looking Blu-rays like Moonlight and that, again all priced. But yeah, with these PlayStation 2 games, £10, £15 for Pac-Man, £8. That's just market value. It's not worth it. And then in this next charity shop, this was a shelter. Again, some more games, but nothing of note here. But it was kind of cool to see this big box EA Active 2. And these Pokemon reversible Pokeball plushes were £8 each. I already have the Chimchar, so not worth picking up for me at all. If you would have picked them up, let me know. But yeah, on to CEX, which is the last stop of the day. They do actually have a solid selection here with Thunder Force 4 with manual for 55. Fire Shark, which I did check, you saw there, it's got a big ugly rental sticker on it. It was also on the cartridge. And then Terranigma without manual box, and Exploder and Splatterhouse 2 without manual. They've got a solid selection here, but none of them have manuals, like Boogerman, for example. If that had manual, I probably would have picked that one up, but it wasn't meant to be today. And again, some more PlayStation titles here, some stuff you don't see every day. And then there were also more Mega Drive titles, which I just could not see here. And then, of course, there's some more Game Boy games. Mario Picross is one that I've never actually seen in person before. Some GBA games and Analog Pocket. I kind of like the idea of having an Analog Pocket, but if I could get a PlayStation 5 for the same price as that thing, yeah, not doing it. But with the N64 and NES and that, it's all kind of messy here. Maybe someone's just bought a bunch of stuff and they just chucked it back in. But yeah, just some more Mega Drive, and then I have a quick skim over the 360 games, but I do have most of these already. Nothing of particular note here or anything of value. So yeah, going back to the game room for pickups.
Alrighty then, so I hope you guys enjoyed the game hunt. I know I enjoyed my day. It was a nice pleasant day, nice and sunny, even though it started off a tad rainy before I actually made it to Edinburgh, so that's a win in my books. So yeah, the first charity shop was ultimately the most successful one. Again, not any high value items or anything of that nature here, but again, a small stack of stuff, £5 all in, you know, can't complain at that at all. So the first pickup here, Col Juarez, the Cartel, £1. The reason I bought this is it has a sleeve cover that my copy does not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upgrade my copy. It's standard. So I'll be adding this one to the collection. It's got a nice sleeve, and I've seen this sell on eBay for like £10 or so. Yeah, so it's a pretty neat cover. It's not anything too fancy, but it's got like nice texture to it. Don't know if I can get the light to reflect on it all that much, because it's got a matte finish. But yeah, it's got a nice bumpy texture to it. Really nice, so I can't complain at that. So this little stack here, as I alluded to in the footage earlier, sorry, I asked the age-old question: do you have any more games in the back? And they came through with this. And of course, the person was incredibly kind. They were nice enough to go check. And just talking to them, I was like, they get people asking that, surely it's annoying. But she's like, no, not at all. But they were talking about one guy that was saying, oh, I resell a CEX and all that, and he acts so entitled and he's very rude. And she had stuff put aside, and then the manager, he snuck in the next day, and the stuff that she had put aside for herself, he was like, oh, can I buy that? How much is that? And the manager none the wiser sold him it, and she came back in and it was gone. Like, that's scumbag behaviour right there. That's not cool. So again, this person was incredibly polite, helped me out, and she even gave me these all for £1 each. Because she was saying that, yeah, they check eBay prices and that for their games, so in the footage earlier you'll see, you know, things were priced accordingly. But yeah, that's just a little side story for that. So good manners cost nothing, good karma will come your way. Because I did get this Dark Souls art book for £1, and it does have the behind the scenes DVD right there, and it's also got a soundtrack CD. I do believe I already own the edition of Dark Souls that this comes with, so I don't have any intention of reselling it or anything right now. I'll decide what I'm going to do with that in the future, because it's not like I can take an art book to CEX or anything. But yeah, a couple of other bits as well. So 2 original Xbox titles here also. I'll just reshuffle the game pile here. So first one here, Jade Empire. Again, this is a £4 purchase out of CEX for £1 to be complete and overall nice condition. Yeah, I was picking that up. It's not worth actually trading back in. Can you get like 80p or something? So again, I might take that down the eBay route. Might just hold on to it for trades or anything like that in the future for like local or whatnot. We'll see. Same with Star Wars Republic Commando. I remember wanting to play this game a fair bit ago. It just looks like a really cool shooter. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. It's got like the Xbox Live trial and that. These Xbox games are in incredibly nice condition, so likelihood is, likelihood is they're going to be upgrades for my copies that are already in the collection. I'll need to double check manuals and all that, but I'm sure they do all have manuals. That's like the thing that stopped me from buying it in the past. And then of course a GameCube find, again for £1, cannot beat that. Funny how I found GameCube games 2 weeks in a row, not gonna complain. Yeah, Star Wars Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2, do not have this one yet. The case is a little beat up. Yeah, you can see it's a bit cracked there. And then yeah, you can see like the top's broken, but the disc is spotless. Yeah, all these discs are really nice. So yeah, not a mark on it, like it's really nice. So for £1, again, I don't think this one's worth much, maybe like £5-6. I'll show the price, so I might be off the mark, I might be right on it, but yeah, all for £1, cannot complain about this at all. So as you saw as well, I went to the cash generator and I did pick up 3 items here. So I did show 2 of them on camera, so I'll go over the first one. I did trade this in CX, like when I went there too. And I did keep the manual, and this is Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. I know it can be seen as a bit scummy to keep the manuals, but if you don't remember if you have the manual or not, I'm not chancing it, and the manual's in very nice shape to be fair. And I'm glad I did keep it, because I'm about to show you something. My Raging Blast 2. So mine's is in pretty nice nick. Disc's all in good shape, so it's not a loss there. But yeah, it's definitely a condition upgrade for the manual. As you'll see, like how crummy that first initial manual is, so I'm glad I kept that. I'm happy to try and help out another collector, so I'm upgrading my copy right now. I bought that for £3.99, traded it in for £8 voucher, so can't complain about that. So with this manual right here, give me one sec. Oops, it's a bit bright. Having technical difficulties, folks. But yeah, with this manual right here, it's quite crummy, it's creased, so I'm not that fussed. I'm not going to bin it or anything. I'll hold on to it. If anyone needs this manual, pop it in the comments. Happy to send it over or anything like that. Just give us a shout. Happy to help. You know, there's no point in having a platform like this and not helping out other collectors. So yeah, the next one here, is the one that you saw, is Fist of the North Star Ken's Rage 2. This one has been sitting for a while. $24.99. That's how much CX give you like voucher for this game. So it was a nice pickup on that alone, because they sell it for £38. And not only that, on eBay, this is really uncommon. There's like 1 copy maybe listed in the minute as well. And in the sold listings, there's only like 2 or 3. So this is definitely a rare title. So I'm very glad I picked this one up. I don't think I'm ever going to get the opportunity to seize this at £25 again. Unless I end up finding it at a car boot sale very conveniently, which I doubt. But on top of that as well, it's in very nice condition. That manual looks like it's never been opened. The disc's all present, and there's like barely any surface scratches or anything on that either. So very pleased with this one. I swear this one's been sat there for months. Like I saw it in $19.99 at one point. I think they actually increased the price on this one. I asked if they could do any better, but they wouldn't wiggle on the price on this one, unfortunately. And to be fair, £25 is a very fair price, so I'm not going to argue that. And then the final pickup here is Wiz and Liz, or Viz and Liz, however you pronounce it. The gentleman that was serving me this was asking me if this is related to the comic or anything. I don't know if there is a comic or anything about this. Let me know in the comments if there is, because I'm clueless. But you can see here the actual like artwork is taped on, and they were asking $9.99 for that, which $9.99 was a little much. I'm gonna open it up here with the receipt. However, it does have the manual, and it's in fairly decent condition, and it's got the cartridge. So there, in my local CEX, there is a boxed copy of this without manual for £15. Half of me is considering like I could pick that up and then trade this back in as like an unboxed version, perhaps. But then I don't know. I don't know if it's worth picking up. I think if I take a hairdryer to like the tape, I can maybe salvage this. I think this is a bit of work required on it, but I think I could save this and put it in a new case. Like the art will still be creased and all that, but it'll look better than this. So you'll say $9.99. I did not pay that. I've got the receipt. I'll show a photo as well. This ended up only costing me £8, which for that I was happy to pay that, because I've seen the cartridge sell, you know, its cartridge itself doesn't go for much, but like box and cartridge only copies can still sell for like £10-15. And then, yeah, so the fact that it's got the manual as well, if I were to buy this like without manual, it would be very difficult to track that down. So I'm happy that I picked this up for £8. It's basically, you know, the art's present, and it does, you know, kind of look, it looks okay. It's not the best condition in the world. Would you have bought this at £8? Let me know in the comments below. Okay then, so in CEX I didn't really pick up much. I picked up one title, and it is a Mega Drive game with manual. And that game is Risky Woods. So Risky Woods I've seen here and there. I think it looks pretty cool. It was somewhat of an impulse purchase because it wasn't a game I was actively seeking. But again, it was in nice condition. Like, you can see that I'm showing you. It's pretty clean, which is good for a game of this age. I'm not a big fan of like the EA boxes and cartridges, the way they look in that, but you can see right here again that manual's in pretty nice shape as well. The cartridge is all good and present, of course. So yeah, £28 out with voucher. Of course, I didn't spend cash on this. So on eBay again, it could sell anywhere 20 to 35ish from what I saw. It does seem to be a somewhat uncommon one. Like, it's not rare or anything. There's plenty of copies, but yeah, I was happy enough to pick that up. They did have a good selection of Mega Drive titles. Unfortunately, most of them were without manual. They did have Fire Shark, that was without manual for £50. I was half tempted, I'm not going to lie. I did inspect it though, and it had those like stupid stickers, like those barcode ones that you get on rental titles that had it on the art, had it on the cartridge. So I just immediately went, nope, not interested. And then, yeah, aside from that, I did inspect what, you know, there was 4 Mega Drive titles I couldn't see. Mystic Defender was one. Jewel Quest or whatever it's called, Jewel Master, I'm not 100% sure. And there was another game that I've already forgotten because I didn't care. They all didn't have manuals or anything, so I ended up just picking up Risky Woods. And then on the way back at the train station, there was a game store. I didn't record or anything there. I did pick up one title because it was new and it was reduced to £12, which I think is probably the lowest I'm ever going to get this game for. And it is Wheel of Katamari, or Heart Katamari, I guess. Reroll plus Royal Reverie. I think this is a remake of the original with additional content. Not 100% sure, and I very well could just Google it, but I'd rather ask you guys. Let me know in the comments if that's what it is. But yeah, this one I was already eyeing up when it was cleared to like £17. It's been on clearance at that price for a wee while, but £12 I was like, that's like the biting point. I'm picking this up. I'm gonna try it out because with Katamari games, like they always tend to be. Like, I don't think it's a popular enough series where the copies will sell immediately. I think when new copies of this series come in, they'll sit for a while until they're slashed down. But once they're gone, they creep up. I saw that with Beautiful Katamari in the Xbox 360. I got it for like £8, and that's now like doubled in value. So yeah, I'm not going to make this mistake with this one because it's one that I do want to actually try out. I'm interested. I think this would be a nice looking game on the OLED Switch. And that was the game hunt and pickup. So guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments if you would have picked up these titles or if you would have left any or even picked up anything else that I didn't actually purchase. But yeah, please do like, share and subscribe. Of course, if you're continuing to support the channel and tune in every week, thank you very much. It is much appreciated. And yeah, put some comments down below if there's any specific content or anything you want to see. And yeah, catch you guys next week. Have a good one. Thanks and goodbye.